Welcome to the Terrible Towel Talk, episode 2. My name is Vinny, and today we got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about how James Pierre's role is going to go up with the injury to Darius Slay. We're going to talk about how Isaac Seumalo's absence affected the run game big time, and with the Brian Daboll firing from the Giants, could Brian Daboll be the new head coach or offensive coordinator for the Steelers next season? So let's get into it. Let's talk about James Pierre. I thought he played great yesterday. Had 2 pass breakups, was good in coverage, was tackling very hard. He was great at tackling, had a beautiful body slam tackle. And Pierre's going to have a huge role. He's going to be the corner 2 outside if Slay can't go, which is a likely possibility with concussion. And I really think James Pierre showed what he's capable of, because as we know, James Pierre, more of a special teams guy, doesn't play a lot of corner. When he was at corner, wasn't very great. But James Pierre really looked good yesterday, I thought. The best I've ever seen James Pierre look at corner. And he's going to have a big task. T. Higgins and Ja'Marr Chase is not going to be easy to stop. And normally they put Porter on Higgins and let the rest handle Ja'Marr Chase. They'll put multiple guys, or at least should. And they should learn from that. Because Thursday Night Football in Week 7 or whatever was atrocious. They could not stop Ja'Marr Chase. He had probably the best game of his career. They're going to have to shut him down. Darius Slay has not been a very good corner this year, and James Pierre really looked good. So I think he's going to have a huge role. If you haven't watched the Steelers play this year, then you wouldn't know. But if you have, then you would know the Steelers love running this formation. When they're running the ball almost every time, they're going to have Spencer Anderson, the extra left guard, come in, and Darnell Washington. So they have 7 guys over 300 pounds in there, basically. And it worked great. It's how the Steelers have ran the ball most of the year effectively. But with Isaac Seumalo out, they had to put Spencer Anderson at left guard, and they could not run this formation. They tried Andres Pete at left guard, and he looked awful. His first snap of the game, false start. He only played 8 snaps, and then they just put Anderson at left guard the rest of the game. They could not run that formation. That really affected the Steelers' run game. They only had 73 yards rushing, 70 of them by Warren. I think the rest were by Caleb Johnson. But that really affected the run game when something that has worked so great and really has been the only way they've been able to run the ball effectively. Isaac Seumalo really hurt the Steelers there, because now you have to put Spencer Anderson there, and you can't run the extra lineman. And the Steelers' line isn't great, but if you get 2 other guys at 700 or at 300 pounds, you got 7 300-pounders, it's going to be a lot easier to move that D line and get to the linebackers, and that's how the Steelers ran the ball effectively. And when you can't do that, something that you've ran all year effectively, and it's been the only thing that's really worked in the run game, the run game's going to take a tumble, and we did see it a bit, but I don't think Warren played that bad. But especially in pass pro, Isaac Seumalo has been great there too. Rodgers had a lot of pressure on him, but he could have made smarter reads as well. But no Seumalo really did, I think, affect this offense. If you didn't hear the news, the Giants fired head coach Brian Daboll. Offensive-minded coach. He was offense coordinator with the Bills and a couple other teams. But he's great with the Bills, and that's how he got his head coaching job with the Giants. And I really think the Steelers should look into getting Brian Daboll. Maybe not as head coach, but definitely as offense coordinator. I would love that a lot. He was great in Buffalo calling plays. And Steelers, Arthur Smith has not been great at calling plays at all. And we really have not had a good offensive coordinator since the Big Ben days. And Steelers will have a rookie quarterback next year. Maybe Mason Rudolph starts for the year. Start the year. We don't really know what's going to happen with the Steelers at quarterback next year. Likely a rookie will be drafted. We don't know if they'll start right away, though. Brian Daboll, I think, is perfect for this team. The Steelers need an offense coordinator. They need to get more modern. They're not really a modern offense right now. Run, play action passes. Don't really have receivers other than Metcalf. This got some ancient offense right now. We need to modernize. And adding Brian Daboll, I think, would really help that. Firing Mike Tomlin, firing Arthur Smith, firing Troy Lawson, clearing the house. Getting a young team. This team needs a rebuild. And I think Brian Daboll, maybe not as head coach. His head coaching wasn't great. But he could call a damn offense, man. And with Buffalo, we saw that. You had Josh Allen. You had some good weapons over there. But still, Brian Daboll's still a great offensive coordinator. Josh Allen didn't just carry him. He was an assistant coach of the year in 2020, I believe. And he could really help the Steelers offense out next year. And I think the Steelers should definitely look into this. Some more news. The Steelers have released Juan Thornhill. They picked up Sebastian Castro off waivers. So Juan Thornhill gone. He was starting for a while until they moved Ramsey back there with the injury to Deshaun Elliott. And Thornhill wasn't really ever great for the Steelers. He wasn't really ever good. He's kind of just mid. Seems to be giving up a lot of big plays, and that really results on the safeties. And ever since they put Ramsey back there, hasn't been a lot of big plays. We saw the one to McConkey for about 60 yards. That was really just on Eccles. He has to make a play on that ball. But Thornhill's gone. They picked up Sebastian Castro, who's pretty good in the preseason for the Steelers. Just a depth piece, really. No Thornhill definitely, I think, means Jalen Ramsey will be remaining at safety and not moving to corner, even if Darius Slay is out. Thank you for watching the Terrible Towel Talk. My name is Vinny. Peace out.